actually played this game before. Just kidding, guys. I'm not an American. You got trolled and fooled. America is... Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to work to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! Ha! I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, I show speed. Why am I still I show speed? Yeah, yes, guys, I did actually play about 10 minutes of this game before, and I set my name to I show speed, and I don't know how to change it. Well, if people stare at you, what does I show speed sound like again? He's like, is a female talking to me right now? That's what I show speed sounds like, but I'm not doing that voice. He's a funny guy.
Is a female talking to me right now?
Hey, be quiet. I'm going to get demonetized.
Okay.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together. We cross our street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, I show speed. Have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. Yes, guys, I'm 84 years old, retired smoker, live streaming DDLC. That's what I'm calling the second part of this. 84-year-old retired smoker. It's possible that I did, but it would be in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Siri likes to worry a little too much about me. Okay, it's pulling up Siri on my phone whenever I say that. When I'm perfectly content, just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. What? That's not me.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college.
So I'm guessing that the character I play as is like a Reddit neckbeard. I've never played this game before. I know only one thing, and that's that you gently open the door slowly. Have any skills before college?
Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. And in the few years, because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me does make me want to... What? I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I just saw you sitting there and spacing out, so I thought I'd come in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought,
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah?
There is no way I'm going to your club. What is? It's not the anime club. It's not the It's not the friggin' gooning and anime club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help out start a new club. I can read. Since she was one of the first to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I'll bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out.
Why do Americans say airhead? Just say like a buffoon or something normal.
I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's today. I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. Section of the school I rarely visit. I'm doing the wrong voice.
Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member's here.
I told you, don't call me a new member.
Eh?
I glance around the room.
Girl 1, welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Who is this? Is this a different one? Yes, because she has pink hair and not brown hair. What? Seriously, you brought a boy? Yeah, I'm just gonna... I don't know. Who's this one? How am I make this woman sound?
Natsuki, she's the tsundere.
She's a tsundere.
She's
the tsundere.
She's the one who's like, it's not like I like you or anything.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, I show Speed. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. This one's gonna be an Aussie. ... All words escape me in this situation. Wow, 3 great waifus that I get to romance. Wow, real life girls. I've always wanted to play a game like this, where I can romance girls, unlike in real life, where all the women run away from me and say things like, what a creep, you stink, and that's not someplace you should touch a woman. In these games, the women are a lot more better. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute waifus! What was her voice again?
What are you looking at? You want to say something, say it, Baka.
Sorry! What was this?
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student, which makes me know all the Redditors and Discord users love this girl. She is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. What was my...
You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that
quietly in my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
That's why I gave her the robot voice, because I inferred it.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Show Speed. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, a waifu any guy like me would love. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Show Speed. We made room for you at the table so you can sit down next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry.
I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so much that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay.
Wait, no. What's her voice? Natsuki like Katsuki back ago. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the table to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute.
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well,
Wait, she's Bakugo. How does Bakugo sound? Well, you know, just hurry and take one, Baka. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, and I follow. It's
delicious.
Sayori walks with her mouth full and has already managed to get her icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite because she put cyanide in my one because I'm a redditor with a neck beard and 400 kilograms? I finally bite down. I feel a bit woozy as I do. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me?
It's not
For you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said,
Well, maybe.
but not for you, you know. You, dummy. All right. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't actually joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Make sure you feel right at home, okay, mate? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You should probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the best budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Sayori, Monica really is a great dealer.
Leader. Then I'm surprised there aren't more... Hang on, I missed something. I don't give a shit. Then I'm surprised more people aren't in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. Why is there no audio? Is there meant to be audio? Where's the music? What? Where was the music this whole time? Okay. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that they're both fun and worthwhile, and make school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different waifus, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still really don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Where? Isn't that meant to be a sound effect when you click things? So I
shall speak. What kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga! Oh my god, why is he such a degenerate? I read manga and hentai. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you? Rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is so amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally as impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the ways her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually emerge me, and well, isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock, because I'm so dull, and I'm just a protagonist that likes to read le manga and le hentai. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world. If only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over for me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a pile of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori
slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute!
Oh wait, I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Yeah. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them, you baka. You only like manga.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ...
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Nat and Yuri. ...
Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own! And have a couple of VBs! The next time we meet, we'll all share them and our six-pack with each other! That way, everyone is even! ...
Yeah, let's do it.
Why is Monica Australian? Because she is. I read the law books. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help all of us just a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, I shall speed? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, like the Hentai Club, and, I lose my train of thought as all of their sprites update. All four girls look back at me with dejected eyes. But
I'm sorry, I thought.
I show speed. You all,
Wait, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. They're all gonna fight me, and since I'm a loser Reddit degenerate, I would probably enjoy that. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these four beautiful waifus. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, these girls' eyes light up. Yeah.
yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I show speed. I look forward to seeing how you can express yourself. Hey. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I always feel the anxiety filling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, I show speed. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
I said hello to one of my friends.
With that,
The two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four sexy waifus. Sayori, the cute girl from a western. Natsuki, who is just Bakugo. Yuri, who is a robot. And of course, the true blue Australian Sigma, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day and after school in the literature club? No, but perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these waifus. Maybe I could even romance them. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. ... It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club men will like. Sometimes something like good will happen with whoever likes your poem. Cakes! Swimsuit. What? I didn't say that. What did I say?
Then why are you moaning at them?
I'm not moaning, I'm just being an anime boy. Parfait, marshmallow, broken after image, climax, beauty, vanilla, hair, imagination, lipstick, sensation, melancholy, extreme, firefly, the extreme. Forgive, sparkle, cry, boobs, massacre, excitement, warm, despise, kitty, special, loud, embrace, cheer, disown, flee, whistle, pregnant, misery, smile, incongruent. Everyone who does year 8 maths should understand what congruency is, and if you don't, then you need to reset the tests. Oh God. Whistle. Variance. Vivacious. Okay. Anger, chocolate, amazing. Email. Email. I like emails. Let's do email. Disoriented, sweet dream, Valentine, spinning, shopping, rainbow, bed, atone, meager. I don't know, atone. Buddy, crimson, pink, happiness, games, existence, time, party, explode, love. Let's do crimson. A big fan of cream and crimson. Pure, heaven sent, festa? Festa or aura? Why do you exist? For hype moments and festering aura. I thought that said vitiligo and I was about to actually insta-lock it. What are the other ones? Let's do death because that's Segoi. Actually, death goes against the Japanese concept of living, so I shouldn't have picked it. Last. Universe. Poof! That's... What?
What?
Rain cloud, wrath, nibble, wonderful, promise, passion, flower, marriage, sticky, uncontrollable,
Bloody hell did this mean?
family, clumsy, flying, hopeless, infinite playground, house, awesome, sadness, joy. Flying like the Beatles song. Heartbeat, disaster, scars, captain. I don't even need to look at the other ones, this is just kawaii. Hurt, twirl, puppy, tenacious, vitality, dance, strawberry, headphones, skirt, contamination. Incapable, sing, intellectual, alone, skipping, extraordinary, vibrant, vivid, infallible memories, also infallible. Anxiety, shame, lucky dark, feather, doki doki, entropy, unrestrained, waterfall together. Hop, giggle, shut up about anxiety, that stupid song. Hop, giggle, ribbon, agonizing treasure, suicide,
Suicide?
Click that one, could look joke. And then we're gonna do prayer, let's do prayer.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
Jesus is wholesome.
Yeah.
Unlike this stupid game, which is not wholesome. Hi again, IShowSB. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, IShowSB. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
What is this?
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sorry told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
MMM.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature. I read it on Reddit.com.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops into the back of her seat.
Don't worry, guys. IShowSpeed always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like fucking cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy that it's distracting! You're a neat! You use TikTok or something, I don't know. And you almost set your house on fire once!
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come?
How come? You and IShowSpeed can become good friends.
What is this writing?
Sayori!
Hmm? ...
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious as to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri brought us something today, you know?
Oh, wait, Sayori.
Huh? Me?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not.
Siri activating on my phone every second.
What do I do?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright.
All right.
Well, here.
Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you usually don't read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this waifu accidentally being so kawaii and sugoi? He even picks out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading so much. Wow, Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
You.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Hang on, is my mic loud enough?
No. I'm making it bigger.
Oh my
I have a big mic and it's loud. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to set off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Huh?
Your mic's not loud enough. Do you want to hear how it sounds? This is on full volume.
Well, I just turned the game down then, boy. I fixed it. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad from distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Wow, this Sugoi waifu started a new book so that we could read it together. I'm eternally grateful for this Sugoi and kawaii waifu. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her.
Look at this woman's boobs.
What?
I thought that's what she thinks you're doing. She thinks you're looking at her boobs.
Why would I be looking there? I'm looking at the friggin' chat box. Stop pointing at her boobs. That's disgusting. I'm reading the chat box because I'm playing a game and it's a visual, but I have a Steam on my computer. So a visual novel. Hold
I know
on.
what a visual novel is.
Yeah, do you really know what a visual novel is?
Yeah.
Hold on one moment, because I'm about to school you. Yep.
I don't need to be schooled.
A visual novel, VN, is a form of digital interactive fiction. Visual novels are often associated with the medium of video games, but are not always labelled as such themselves. They combine a textual narrative with static or animated illustrations and a varying degree of interactivity. The format is more likely referred to as a visual novel game. Visual novels originated in and are especially prevalent in Japan. Blah, 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 blah. I think she knows me looking at her. She sinks a little glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. ... But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just... It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. But I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Okay. There's an ominous eye-looking symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. Her life gets strange too. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison in China. And it's called Unit 731. And it's run by Japanese. What? Who said that? No, I didn't say anything. That was a glitch. The game is glitching. You know this game is glitches. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she always ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that thing I chose made? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories too, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. What do you call this, yandere? What kind of awesome is this? What kind of awesome is this?
I don't think she's a yandere. Oh, yes, she kind of is, but that's more Monica.
What is Yuri in Doki Doki Literature Club? A shy and sophisticated bah, 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 bah. What is is she a yandere?
I don't think so.
Is Yuri a yandere? Act 1, Yuri is not a yandere. Act 2, Yuri is a yandere. Okay. I didn't even know there were acts.
Yeah.
How long is this game? Like an hour?
I don't actually know. It took me about 3 hours first time.
Bro, but you'd be skipping through all the dialogue because you're woke.
No, I wasn't. I read a little bit.
But you didn't have to voice it because you're a noob.
I was voicing it because I was...
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't know if you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. ... Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright.
You are not ready for Act 2.
Shut up. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. As if I can feel my presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. She is actually Yuri S. Yuri S. And he has entered the room and he's posting on his story. And posting sick things. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. Don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching with this waifu! I feel like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to open the page. Here. Okay, image. Just PNG appears. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and after it flips to the side. But holding it in like this, we're even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. And she's in the corner of my vision.
Bloody hell is this?
Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You know, I was used to reading right. I don't mean by being patient. It takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. In fact, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We finish the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning a page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Boy, what? My thumb gently letting go of the page. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but
The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see her in your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I say, you remain silent for a moment, but I should say, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. ... I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. ... exclamation point. I think it's about time we share each other's poems with each other. Might not have a time enough if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to thumb. All right. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it? Read it with you. Read it. I guess I don't have too much of a Reddit preference ever, Ray. In that case, I'll read it a little more tonight. It'll be fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. Reddit.com! In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find that much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can always see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Hi Siri, pick a random number between 1 to 4.
A random number between 1 and 4 is 2.
Katsuki Bakugo. Huh?
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad or anything, you bucka. Just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your taste? Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Sigh. Well, anyways, guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it or anything. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. Told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What?
Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well,
because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style shouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. Helps out bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya?
Guess not. Decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is.
Oh.
But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next?
Exceptional. Did I say that out loud? He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really? Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find any excuse. She traces a finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yep, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that the style and the expressiveness are weakened. What's your finds a train of thought? It's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can't be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Now finding them and building them, getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes from practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that anyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased? On how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I repeat your poem now? Yes, I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Not reading all that. Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminated lately, and go bathing. It must be this one, the reigning street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm breathing, flicker. What? Flicker? I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's very short, it's very descriptive. Wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more wild. Easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in the ghost series? The story isn't about ghosts at all. I should speed. Really, I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or to paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject matter of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering a last remain of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so, nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, I shall speed. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time?
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. To be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. You wouldn't write one at all. Really happy that you wrote one. So, remind me of how you're really part of the club now, Tilda.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like before I said I show speed. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this is for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. You read my poem too. I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Boy, that's so much. Le Breakfast is all I read. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, that makes me feel a little better about myself. Why is this monitor so warm? Trolled you!
Don't be mean. I still try my best.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nicer. How should I put it? Sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica is the best.
Yeah. Next time I won't forget.
I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I should look forward to it. Hi, Shy Speed. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities and things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Oh,
Don't worry, Aisha Speed. We're all a little bit embarrassed today, you know. It's that sort of barrier that we're all aiming to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. And Monica, my poem. Great job, Aisha Speed. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. I didn't read that one. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyse all the nuances. Years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Never really asked though. I'm nowhere near her level. Don't worry so much about that. You just do your own thing. Keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Sure will end up trying new things a lot. It'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you trying new things. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Huh. By the way, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Oh, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Boring. So what do you think? It's very...
What? You gotta go back and read it. Go to the log.
Oh my god. With the flicker. Oh, I can't read that text. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to do stuff like that because it's kind of coming off strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect, but then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up for later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. It's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
What the hell was that?
Phew. Guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more than stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's why I'm what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki returns dismissively to the poem with desk with one hand.
I guess you could.
Game today?
Yeah, I know. 5 p.m.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute! Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Aisha Speed did too.
Are you okay?
Aisha Speed.
So based on that, I'll give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Excuse me.
Second of all,
Shut up.
Vegeta.
I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And
What are you trying to say?
and
No, she's trying to go like.
no. And yeah, I should be like my poem too. You know, he even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I Oh, you're just. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that I show speed appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
How do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? You that full of yourself?
I know. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
You. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the
Whoa!
I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grow a size bigger when I show speed show up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting.
I'm not fighting, guys.
Suddenly both girls turn towards me as if they just noticed I'm standing there. I show speed. She just trying to make me look bad.
It's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate things, that simple writing is more effective. What? Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Meaning should jump out at the reader, not forcing to have it figure it out. Help explain that to her, I show speed.
Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? I show speed.
Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably like more. Yuri Soli Yao. What? Did I pick the wrong button?
Yeah, you said no.
What?
Oh.
That's not an excuse for you to be mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
Not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand.
Yuri.
You're a seriously talented writer. It's not so secret that I was impressed.
Well, it's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it. And it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. You. But, Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you don't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
And Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I even end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Oh, Yuri, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. Spare me for having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki.
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at the desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not get frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, I show speed. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That... What thing did Natsuki say?